Yo, what's up? My name's Joshua Pat, and welcome back to my Dungeon Defenders series, learning the game from scratch in the year 2023. Now we're deep into 2024, so I can't even really say that intro anymore, but it still feels like it. We've come so far, we've done a ton. This is episode 172, and I'm currently working on two major goals of mine, completing all of the main storyline maps on survival, nightmare, hardcore, mixed mode, all the way to wave 25 on each of them to get the Transcendent Survivalist achievement, as well as reach level 100 on any character. Specifically, I'd really like to try to reach level 100 on my Squire if possible. It's my favorite character, my most nostalgic character, etc., etc. So I'll try to do that one if possible, but we're going to play it by ear. It takes a lot of XP. But I also have some somber news. I'm sorry, but starting from this episode, from this point forward, I will be doing Dungeon Defenders episodes every 3 days instead of 2. I know, I'm sorry. I love this game. I've actually been kind of really enjoying it again recently, even though I kind of just go in waves that, enjoy. The worst case scenario, I'm like not enjoying it that much, but it's still like progress oriented and it feels fun. So it's still, I love it always. It's a great game. But with the holidays, with how busy things have been, I think it's going to be better for me to cut it down to every 3 days to make sure that I'm really enjoying the game when I am playing it, as well as to give you guys the best content, as well as to honestly make the workload easier for me. So this is a passion project channel. This is a for fun channel in a lot of ways for me. I don't want it to become so work-like or job-like. So I hope you guys understand. I really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. Every single episode is just, it's insane that we've made it this far and that I can be here, and it's so cool. You guys motivate me every day. So I really want to say thank you. And let's just jump into today's episode. Wait, before I jump into today's map, I almost didn't realize this. I'm so glad I just noticed this. These are the fish bowls that I dropped on the ground from the previous episode, and I never re-equipped them to my summoner. That could have been a really bad situation. Whew. Thankfully, Thankfully, I noticed that. I would have noticed, like, mid-survival wave that I didn't have, like, nearly as many stats as I should on my summoner. So, big save there. But today we're jumping into Endless Spires, Survival, Nightmare, Hardcore, Mixed Mode. It's a mouthful every single time. So far, we have Endless Spires and the Summit left, and we also have City in the Cliffs. I've done Glitterhelm Caverns all the way to wave 25, so that is completed. But City in the Cliffs, I actually have to beat the map on Nightmare first. I haven't even been able to do that. So we're going to have to attempt that map again on Nightmare. Last time I couldn't beat it, but I should be able to with the stat changes. So around 3 maps or so left. And I got to say it. I am so excited to do this Summit on Survival. I don't think I actually ever played this map on Survival growing up because it was just way too hard. And to come this far and actually be able to do it on Nightmare, I don't know. This is like such a nostalgic, such an amazing map for so many of us who've played the game for so long. So, and I feel like I haven't played the Summit I haven't played it in so long. It was such a fun thing to do. So, I'm excited to do that. But today, let's focus on today's goal, today's journey, Endless Spires. There's a pretty cool map. I spent a lot of time on this map, a lot of time actually, because there is a you do Endless Spires Wave 1 to get like some of your first mythical stuff. It's some of the best like early game mythical grinding. That I had to, I feel like Endless Spires was really where I started to learn more about Dungeon Defenders. I feel like I learned so much on this map, and it really just taught me so much. There's only 19 minions coming on this first wave, so very, very few minions actually, but obviously that number will quickly grow to 3,000-4,000 by the end of this. We are just getting started. I'm gonna run around and grab all the mana. Probably just grab just enough to start jumping into waves to try to get through it a little bit quicker. Survival maps usually do take around 2 to 3 hours. They are quite the slog, but it's a fun little progression slog the entire way. So we'll have a lot of fun along the way. Make a lot of progress. I've been like in these later maps, I've been making way more progress than expected just from playing some survival maps for fun, In the early survival maps, I was getting almost no XP, almost no mana. It was just for the fun, and there was no progress to be had. At least now I'm like actually making like 20 million XP per map, which is like something. When I have around 44 million left to the next level from this point, right, 696 million XP, like that's actually like really, really good, honestly. So I'm excited to get like a fair bit of XP. And also, really nice man. I think last episode we did a survival map. I'm pretty sure I got like 5 or 6 billion mana in an episode. We're starting today at 41 billion. We try to keep track of that. It's getting pretty crazy, actually, statistically. But in terms of this build, I'm trying to see how big is this aura stack. Part of me is wondering. I don't think that I can split Part of me wants to be greedy and put one aura stack right here in the middle instead of having one at each. The problem is wyverns and goblin copters. Those are the scariest mobs. Those are the most dangerous things. I think it's worth to do double aura stacks. It's not gonna cost me that many defense units. Like, I think I'm gonna be totally fine. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I think it's totally worth actually to go ahead and just commit to the double. I feel like I actually just played this map recently. Was it like a Halloween map? A Halloween reskin of this map? I literally feel like I played this map so recently on like Ruthless difficulty or something like that, but not quite this map, just a variant. So we're gonna do both of our aura stacks like this. Essentially, well, I guess all 3 aura stacks. There's not both, just 3. Where is the thing to switches over here? So we have our aura stack set up. Our work on our monk is pretty much done, honestly, for like the rest of the entire map. I'm gonna go ahead and bring out my mage to set up lightning towers, and then maybe some summoner defense units, some like archers to finish things off here. The question is, where do I want this? Probably right here-ish, over in this corner. Kind of right. I like it here, so that certain things can't. Actually, I think over here is kind of perfection. The problem is it can't really reach the minions coming from that direction as well over here, which is it's pretty far actually. Wow. The range on the lightning tower is pretty far. I kind of do want to put it over here almost for safety. Because what is going to get over here? Like, nothing. Like, nothing. Like, the wyverns-ish, but, like, that seems really safe. So, we're going to do that one that will... Wait, I'm, like, reconsidering everything. The problem is this is wave 1. I think the better strat is actually to place it over here. I just don't have that many defense units. I think I placed the one there, and then I head over here. It's only 19 minions, to be fair, so I'm probably overthinking this. And then I grab my summoner, and I go ahead and I place an archer minion here, I guess. Not great, but it's a start. And then I have to do one over here. This might be an awkward wave 1, now that I'm kind of looking at this. I'm not going to lie. I'm gonna grab the barbarian. I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna see how this plays. This is kind of awkward, but it's only 19 minions. My goal here, what I'm banking on, is the fact that it's only 19 minions. That I honestly could be able to just slay them all with my barbarian anyway. So let's just jump into the first wave of combat. Hopefully, just smash through things, get enough mana to actually build proper defenses, and then just move on from there. I think that'll be the main strat this wave, is really just trying to, like, if there's nothing over here, let's just smash this guy around. Like, there's nothing protecting this crystal even, you know? I actually do want to turn on, try to find the right stance. That's whatever. I didn't mean to do that, but sure. I have to get my bearings again. Lightning stance would actually be, like, super good here. I don't want to burn too much mana if possible, but being able to kill things from so far away would be pretty nice. Grabbing mana, only 1 minion left. It's just the one ogre. Okay, we should be good. How much damage can I do to this guy? Not a lot, but not a small amount. I'll see you guys in a quick sec. This should be this wave taken care of. We'll get a proper build on the wave 2. There it is. The ogre slain. A nice little extra crystal of mana there. We're going to head over here. We're going to get ready to drop our mana. Head back over to our mage. Wyverns are coming in here. Now I have tons of mana. Now I can set up everything I need to, which mostly is going to be lightning towers. So we're going to set up a lightning tower here. One here. We're going to do a full line, essentially, all the way across. We're going to sell this one that no longer needs to be there. We're going to do a whole thing of archer minions as well, protecting this sort of whole situation. We're going to do a deadly strike tower. Actually, what I should do the strat, where I can place the Series EV booster beam in between. So I'm going to do... What's the best range I can get here? I think one like this is good. And then one looking... How many defense units am I going to have? Am I going to have enough for double strike tower? Like one looking towards the wyverns. Do I need that? Can I do a third one in the middle here? I kind of like this. This might be a little crazy / greedy. Then this can shoot the wyverns over in this direction. I don't even know if I need lightning towers over here. I feel like these lightning towers should be able to protect this zone. Maybe that's uber greed. But we'll have to see. That's kind of my plan. If that doesn't work, I mean, if that doesn't work, it doesn't work. And we'll try to fix it. The problem is, the biggest problem over here is where to build lightning towers. I literally feel like the only place is right here. Then you have to like kind of build the archers a bit further out to have them be a proper protection wall so things can't weave through and do damage to this. This is the hardest thing to kind of figure out, I guess. This is my last bit of defense units. I have to save the rest for the Series EV. Let me just hop over to the Series EV and get that taken care of. Get my booster beams set up. And then I'll just be on summoner duty. So we're trying to make it as simple as possible. So if I just do this, boop, boop. That should be 4 defense units. It should tick everything. It might not be ticking this one. 21k versus... Yeah, that one is not quite getting hit. Let's see if I can move the booster beam or if I have to just... Hopefully I don't have to sadly sell it or something. We'll have to see. I think this can... This should be able to hit everything. Let's see. Nope, once again, same problem. Okay, after just switching over to my mage to just sort of fix it, that'll do. I couldn't find a way. I tried with my Series EV to just place it a little more bit of a diagonal angle. Didn't really work out. Sometimes you gotta just, you know, scratch it, bite the bullet, and just rebuild really quick. It's better to take your time on these first few waves to have that correct build, so you don't actually have to, you don't like get messed up in a much future wave, and it costs you a lot of defense units and such. So I think it's better to just play it safe and smart. Actually, speaking of playing it smart, I should actually move this in front like this. I am learning. It takes me a fair bit of time sometimes, guys. I know, okay, but I am learning. Well, I'm gonna place this here. We do it like this. I think that is perfect. That is 4 defense units hitting all of those, and then now I can build archers in front and also have them be ticked by this. That's what I was trying to talk about. That's awesome. Okay. Pretty happy with this build so far. Getting much more efficient with it. Learning tons of little tips and tricks still this many hours later that just changed the game. Now from this point, I want to just set up archers as walls on my summoner as best as possible. I'm probably going to go ahead and start the combat wave I almost just want to go ahead and start it now. It's 119 minions coming through. Like, what are the odds there's a problem? Pretty minimal, but I've spent so much time, honestly, at this point. I don't know if these archers are even getting ticked. I don't think they are. Is this one? No. That's okay. I tried to put them in a position to be able to do so, but that's okay. Sometimes it doesn't work out how you want to. Not a big deal. I honestly kind of want to summon, like... Can I summon the what's it called? The Forest Golem with my... Is that summoner units? I always kind of forget. Is that summoner units or defense units? What does that count as? It is defense units. That's a weird one. It's kind of strange that it's defense units, but that's okay. We'll switch back over to the summoner. Okay. I'm going to just spam around as many archers as possible to be sort of a wall. Same thing over here. They're going to offer as a protective wall so they can stop things and allow the lightning towers to do DPS before the minions can reach them. We're going to do the same thing right here. And as soon as I start building right here and get this done, I'll probably switch over to my barbarian here and we'll just start the wave here very, 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 very soon. All right, there we go. I still have chests to open and stuff, but I'm just going to do those mid-combat wave. I'm not super worried about being peak efficient in terms of mana usage. I just want to take it decently seriously, but also get through things, you know, somewhat quickly at a decent pace as much as possible. Getting full mythical drops from the chest, you love to see that so unbelievably early on. This is one of those survival maps where I absolutely could see pieces of Transcendent later on in the wave, even at like wave like 15 to like 16 at the earliest, I would guess. Maybe like 15, 17. So it's possible we see some really nice pieces of gear. Maybe not really nice, but like solid pieces of gear that are actually usable, right? The chest does actually not respawn up here, so I'm going to make this jump. Just barely make it. There's so much mana on the ground. I'm going to dump mana into these aura stacks that are up on that top left ledge, just barely. Auras are one of the best ways to dump mana because they're so far in terms of radius. You can often use them as mana dumps to then go like smack this ogre around, get max mana, go dump a 1-star upgrade into that, go get more mana. You know how it is, etc., etc. So a bit more efficient sometimes to just dump your mana into an aura stack, even if it's like not the most efficient thing to upgrade at the current time. A fair bit of minions are still coming in, but they're trickling in really slow so far on this map. Kind of interesting to see, but yeah, the minion trickle very, very, very slow. This might be an even longer survival map than normal, just based off that starting wave trickle, but maybe I'm assuming too much too early. All right, there is wave 5 complete. There was an archer stuck over here just off in the distance. We're gonna grab the chest down here while we're here. And yeah, this is seeming to me like an extremely long survival map, like even longer than the normal ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab all this mana, and part of me is streaming to just jump into this wave, but let me at least finish my build. I've got like 50 minion units left, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to drop my mana, switch over to my summoner, and then I'm going to jump into the wave. So I'm still going to jump into the wave, sort of preemptively. However, at least I'll be like building essentially what I need during the wave, even though my summoning rate is very slow on my summoner. But this should be good enough. We're going to build a mage right here to help out with these archers. I like to build a mage over in the other area as well. The other area is going to be a little tougher to defend, but I will see you guys at the end of this wave. I'm going to start trying to crank through these a bit faster since the trickle is so slow, the spawnings. All right, there is wave 6 coming to an end, making some solid progress. I'm just going to wait for this wave to end before I spawn that spider in, because sometimes if you're spawning something as the wave ends, it like transitions and it kind of breaks it up sometimes. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. I didn't open all the chests that time, to be totally honest. I was a little scattered on that, but it's a little bit of mana difference, but nothing too crazy. I'm gonna run around now and open every chest that is possible. We're getting the build a lot more set up. We're at 88 out of 110 minion units, you can see up there in the top right, as well as 106 out of 110 defense units. I'm gonna place an archer in front of here as well, so we do have enough units for one more one more tower booster beam from the Series EV. Kind of just spamming archers over here because I don't really know what else is going to be needed. Like, I think this is mostly it, to be totally honest. Have enough for an orc. I mean, I could put an orc minion. I just don't know if they're efficient. Since I'm only going to have it cost 4, I might as well. You know what? To have it nice and clean, I'm going to put a random orc minion over here because I trust him. He's going to be the chief of this area and really take on things and help out. So I believe in him. We'll see if he's a total waste of units later, but that's okay for now. I'm going to head over here. I'm going to drop all my mana. I'm going to swap over to my Series EV, get one more booster beam built, probably over on the orc. We're going to build one, or I could do it here actually on these archers. Not a terrible idea either. Kind of like that since they might need the extra support, since I'm being kind of greedy with the lightning towers all over. All the lightning towers are over on the other side. And the deadly strikes are just looking over here. So I'm going to do this, help out these archers, and then my build is officially complete. So from this point onward, now we're just on the pump and dump strategy, which is pumping as much damage into minions as much as possible, generating as much mana as possible from that pump, and then dumping all of that mana into as many upgrades and as many towers as possible, especially tower buff beams when needed. I'm really curious to see if/when we'll see problems on this map. We're going to reach a point, especially like the summit, or even just like builds on this kind of map. Like, it's very possible I make a massive building mistake on this map and we encounter a massive problem that can cost us a lot of time. Hoping we don't see it, but it's very, very possible. And I want to be more on the watch out for it and a little more attentive, instead of assuming I can just always beat these maps, easy peasy, comfy wumpy. So let's go grab this. There's so much mana down here. That's actually awesome. That feels super good. We're going to pump everything into that. And then there's mana over there. I'm going to start jumping into waves. I am actually going to go ahead and spawn all my other characters in the middle of combat on this one, since I'm kind of chilling here. First things first, I want to bring out my Squire. My Squire, I want it to get as much XP as possible. It's very important to me. Secondly, I'm going to bring out the Series EV to help with the towers built on the map. And then I'll bring out the Mage as well. These will all spawn at the end of this wave. I'm purposely not bringing out my Monk to not get more XP on him, so he doesn't race my Squire to level 100, as well as purposely not bringing out my Summoner, so that later I can actually just bring out my Summoner and use flash heals on him and sort of use him strategically and have him be like the main controlled character after I finish upgrading everything with my Barbarian. Of course, you guys have seen the strategy a million times at this point, but let's just observe the beauty of Endless Spires, and I will see you guys when I'm hopefully done in this survival map. There is wave 7 complete. Max defense units, of course. The build has been complete. No player damage. A little bit of an XP bonus there. Only done a few waves so far and already up to like 1.2 million XP, so I'm kind of excited to see the XP on this map. I'm gonna go ahead and I think just jump. Let me see where my character spawned. Actually, I'm glad I double checked that because all of my characters are in a pretty dangerous spot. So I'm going to move these guys all over to this little tower stack, get them all nice, safe, and comfy, and then we'll jump into the next wave. All right, everybody is now snug like a bug in a rug while drinking some hot chocolate in a mug, okay? Just like myself, IRL, I'm going to go make myself some hot chocolate as soon as I have a second to AFK in this map. But first things first, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this wave, collect all the chests that are possible, open all the items so they can despawn at the end of the wave, getting us some extra mana, as well as pumping all the mana that we get into aura upgrades. I'll see you guys at the end of wave 8. Here's the end of wave 8. I want to see how much XP I gain here. So I'm going from around 1.2 all the way up to like 1.6, so like 400k XP or so. I want to say around 400k or so XP in just, you know, I mean, a few minutes of a survival wave. So not too shabby. Wave 9 out of 25. We'll see a difficulty spike here at wave 10. Every 5 waves or so, you see a difficulty spike. So that can lead to problems. We'll have to see for sure. I'm at 289 million out of 298 million XP on my Barbarian, so I'll definitely be seeing a level at some point throughout this challenge, as well as I'm trying to see what else. I'll definitely get a level up on my Barbarian. I might get one on my Series EV. It's a little. So I'll definitely get one on my Mage as well. I'll be seeing like 3 different level ups, like 2 level 94s plus level 88 on my Barb. So that's awesome. That's just a really good level in progress. Awesome to see that. And I'm going to see you guys in a quick... I'm going to open all the chests first this time. It's less time efficient, but I kind of want to see how much mana I'm gaining before jumping into each wave. All right, this is the last chest, I believe. Just kidding. There's one more, actually. Oops. All right, this is the last chest. So when I click Control G here, you'll see how much mana I get in the bottom right-hand corner. I'm not expecting too much. This is only wave 9 out of 25. So yeah, 20 million times 4. That's already almost, it means 80 million mana per wave. That's not too shabby at all. At the end of the last survival map, we saw it reach like, I think it was reaching like 500 million, like 500 mana per wave towards the end. So we'll see what we get around here. There is wave 9 coming to an end. Thus begins the first difficulty spike in wave 10. I guess technically wave 5 might have a difficulty spike as well, so that might be the first. But let's see if I can make that jump. Yes, I can. That's kind of slick. Pretty happy with that. Is it worth to grab all this mana? Nah, I'm just going to jump into it. Don't walk on eggshells. Don't take it slow. Just jam straight into things. That's the kind of life lessons you see here on RetroPat. Look at these spiders slowly crawling to their doom. I'm sorry, fellas, but I have to get to wave 11. Nice try, though. See you later, Iraq nerds. More. Okay, wow, it's one of those episodes. More like, I'm just pumping upgrades wherever I can. Wave 11 up to already 2.9 million XP gained. I will absolutely take it. I'm running around grabbing everything I can. I'm going to jump into this next wave. Now, I haven't popped every chest, so I'm not seeing maximum mana gain here. So that 42 million mana number in the bottom right-hand corner isn't even accurate. It's actually too low, but that's still a ton already. Already seeing 160 million mana. That's 42 times 4 per each character. That is so much mana per wave of survival. I got a little too distracted, let's say. Jumping into wave 13 and looking at 2,200 minions coming my way. Here's wave 13 coming to a close. Everything seems smooth so far, even over in this section where there's not really any lightning towers directly over the crystal. The ones over in the distance are taking care of it well enough, as well as the deadly strike towers. So everything is seeming super safe, super good so far. Just kind of doing my due diligence, grabbing everything possible. And we're at 5.5 million XP gained on the Barbarian, up to 7.7 on the Mage. Wow, those lightning towers. Like, usually there's a difference, but that's a 2.2 million XP difference already at this point is like more severe than usual. So pretty interesting to see that. I'm mostly good. I mean, I guess I'm pumping upgrades. Most things over here are 1-star, as you can see. The upgrades are flowing in nicely. I'm just trying to put them wherever I can, grab whatever mana I can. I'm going to go ahead and jump into wave 14. Even though I'm not quite done opening all the chests, we'll grab this one and then do it. There's one more. Actually, we'll just grab the last one. Why not? There's another one far over there in the distance, but that's okay. We'll grab that one. Press Control G. Bottom right-hand corner. See how much mana we're getting now. It's been a while since we checked. 56 million mana per wave times 4 equals 200 million mana per wave. Pretty sick. All right, every single tower is now 1-starred, so a single upgrade on each tower and will be totally complete. Oh, just kidding. I spotted one more. But after this, everything will be complete and fully upgraded. We can bring out the summoner. I'm getting the build done much quicker than other maps, which makes sense. Harder maps, harder minions, more mana to pump into things. There's a wyvern stuck over here on this bottom right side somewhere. Right here. What a... Okay, there you go. I was like, what a weird spot to get stuck. Haven't seen that before. But there is the end of wave 14. Jumping into the next difficulty spike here with wave 15. Oh, and there's also the wave... I always forget nowadays, but there's the wave 15 pet as well. Always cool to see. That used to be the thing that like you fought for and was so difficult to achieve, and now it's just something I forget about while playing survival on these maps. Just crazy how far the progression in Dungeon Defenders goes. It's crazy how far it comes. So we're at 6.3 million XP gained on the Barbarian. Going pretty smooth here. I want to grab a few of these chests just so I can put one more 3-star upgrade into something. I'm going to do it on one of the either Deadly Strikes or Lightning Towers over here. Perfect, just like that. Then I'm going to jump into this next wave, even though I don't have all chests open. And then I want to see the mana in the bottom right-hand corner. 63 million, so still around that 200-ish million mark. A little bit more. I think it's like 200. It ended up being like 240-ish, 250-ish. 250 million mana gained at the end of that wave. And if this wave goes smoothly, I mean, that'll be this difficulty curve conquered. So I will essentially just see you guys at wave 20 here pretty soon, or unless something else notable happens. Okay, wave 15 was conquered, but more importantly, opening chests for wave 17. We got our first piece of Transcendent. I thought I would see something between wave 15 and 17, and I kind of got a little lucky on this one. Kind of nailed it right there. Wave 16, our first piece of Transcendent, and a second piece. What? How big is this? Mythical Thumper. I love the names. The names of the dumb weapons in this game. Mythical Thumper goes absolutely hard. It is my dream one day to have a pet named Mythical Thumper. That would go crazy. But anyways, for now, we're going to continue on this map. Neither of those pieces of Transcendence were worth picking up. There is a piece of an accessory over here. I do want to go check that out. It's a shield. I mean, it looks cool. Not going to be statted well, though. Not going to worry about it. We're going to continue on here in a quick second. I probably won't see you guys, well, either until more Transcendent drops, which will probably happen next wave, or at wave 20. So one or the other. This is fully 3-starred. My people are chilling here, my boys. And then we have some more 3-stars to do over here, but I'm making really good progress on all the level ups. But that's it for now. I'll see you guys very soon. All right, another wave done and a level up on the Barbarian. I think I'm going to dump most things into... I've been trying to pump into Hawk Stance since I keep getting told that the end game of the Barbarian is using the Hawk Stance to DPS down bosses. And I could totally see that being the case. Playing that... was it Palantir? I played a map recently that it really felt like I could have used some extra Hawk Stance damage, and it just wasn't doing quite enough. So I like the idea of pumping a bunch into that and trying to get that up there to be more beneficial for that. There's another piece of Transcendent. Beautiful. I do want to check every piece of Transcendent. It's very, very possible it's a usable piece. It's a very, very possible it's an upgrade for somebody. So I want to do that whenever possible. There's only, I think, 2 more. I think it's just the mage and the spider. If I see any different towers that need healed, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, I might actually be able to fully upgrade every tower before jumping into this next wave. That would be really, really cool. Be done the build entirely, upgrades and all, by wave 17. That feels very, very early. But it does seem like we're not quite gonna make it. So I think the better strategy will be to jump over to my summoner really quick. I'm just a little short on mana to be able to fully upgrade the last thing. Like super, super close. Like 400, 300 mana off. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hop over to my summoner. Phase shift out. Press Control G. Jump into the next wave. Wave 17 out of 25. About 8 more waves of combat left. And then look to pick up mana here. I'm actually going to phase in, actually. Look to pick up mana here to finish off this final build. Well, I was about to say I haven't seen too many more pieces of Transcendent since wave 16, but there's a not so bad one. So I'm in the build phase for wave 20 here. I'm going to run around and pick up every chest really quick. 11 million XP now gained on the main slot of the character. Ooh, look at my mage over here. Wait a minute. Let's go actually pay a little more attention to him because he's gained 17 million. That's a difference of 6 million XP. That's actually so shocking to me. I'm going to dump all those levels into damage on the Adept. That's really, really, really solid. So we will happily take that. I'm going to get a level here on my Series EV pretty soon as well. And then my Summoner is also 6 mil away from a level up. So we'll probably see that before the end of this survival challenge. Jumping into wave 20 here. This is the hardest difficulty spike in the entire survival map. Out of all the waves, this is like the wave that matters the most. Wave 20. It's going to let me know whether I can actually defeat these next couple waves or not, if I'll have too many problems. So I'm going to make sure everything is just healed as much as possible to the best of my ability. You know, most things are just getting a very, very small little touch. Everything over here is mostly fine. So other than that, I'm going to phase out here in a quick sec. I do want to pay attention to how much mana I gain here. Bottom right-hand corner as per usual. 96 million times 4, 400 million. So already almost pushing that 500 million mark, and we still have 5 waves left. So that's really, really awesome. And then I want to show you guys just what's happening, I guess. We're at over 3,000 minions, but they are kind of trickling in. Once again, the biggest thing with this map is all the minions kind of trickle in very slowly. They have to make their way from like long distances of archways all the way over here, to finally get zapped by the lightning tower. Nothing has really gotten close to the towers at all. All the ogres are dying very, very early. Same thing over here. Nothing's even made it over this staircase, so nothing. I can't believe I just did that. But you know what? It probably won't matter. The point is, things are going very well. The map, wow. The wave is going very well. Everything is working out perfectly. I just like to do a little trolling and make things a little more challenging for content. That's what that was. Surely, Copium. All right, wave 20 was defeated even after I fell off the map for absolutely no reason. But look how nice everything looks. We're just over 12 million XP on the summoner. You know, max. I know I keep saying, but it just looks nice. The max defense units and max minion units. Nothing's really changed on that, but it just continues to look satisfying. I don't know. It's cool to see the number totally maxed out. I'm probably gonna jump into this wave here, even though I haven't collected all the chests, and I'll slowly look to do so. Let's see how much mana I gain here really quick. I'm gonna phase out just for safety concerns on my summoner, obviously. Pretty frail character. 102 million mana times 4, so over 400 million mana per wave now. All right, there are 5 pieces of Transcendent on the ground as I transfer into this next. That's the most I've seen by far as we transition to the next wave. So I want to see how much mana we get from that. 108 million, just a little bit more than average. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the wave before the final wave. I'm about to phase out and then jump into it. 15 million mana gained. Tons of XP. I'm going to go ahead and press Control G and see what this looks like. How many minions? 3,100 minions coming in. 120 million mana there times 4. 4 pieces of Transcendent were consumed. I think that's just barely pushing. Around 500 million mana, which is half a bill. So 120 times 4. Yeah, what's the math on that? 400 and then, what is it, 80? So yeah, 480 million mana. Just shy off that half a bill number, which we'll definitely see this upcoming wave for sure. Look at these ogres being obliterated by the lightning strikes coming in. All right, after so many hours on this map, we are finally here at the end, the final wave. Wave 25 out of 25. Let's knock another survival map off the list, fellas. I don't see any problems arising in this. It's been pretty easy so far, pretty safe. There's 140 million mana times 4 added to the mana bank. I actually have a level up over on my Squire. We'll deal with that at the end of this wave. 26 million XP gained on the Adept. That's really, really good. Wow. Wait, that's actually like kind of crazy. Doing late game survival might be the best way to get my Squire up to level 100, and it might not even take that much time, which is kind of crazy. We'll have to double check obviously and play it by ear to really see, but I kind of want to get back to, I want to attempt doing like Dread Dungeon, I think. Going back to Dread Dungeon or Arcane Library, we'll see. I had a lot of problems with that map, but I think with better play and better placements and just better strategy, I really could get further on that map. I'll have to double check. I'll go back and see what my furthest wave was and try to beat that here in the future. But my 2 main goals right now are just beating all the survival maps and getting level 100 on my Squire. And that might be it for me on Dungeon Defenders, at least for now. I think moving on to other games, other projects is going to be what 2025 is going to be about. All right, I just barely caught it there, but there are the giraffe on a trebles. I almost missed the level victory, but whew, got it on just in time. There are 8 pieces of Transcendent scattered all over the map. I'm going to go check out really quickly to see if any of them are worth wearing, because, I mean, I've seen some really decent pieces that were, like, really close, but didn't quite have the stat distribution. Like, these stats are actually, like, not bad at all, but it just needs better distribution in the areas that I actually need. All right, the final piece is a body plate up here. I'm going to check this really quick. Nothing else was worth storing. This is like not, it's like almost good enough, but the HP mine is, I think I'm just not going to worry about it. So that is it for this level. It was nice knowing you, enjoyed playing you. I will be seeing you some other time. Endless Spires. I'm going to return to the tavern, see how much mana I gain really quick, as well as go get the level up on my squire while we're at it. Why not? It's really cool to see the character that I care the most about actually getting levels. So that's like probably the most important character to get XP at the moment. Let me go swap over to him. From level 93 up to level 94, over halfway there to level 100, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and dump this into just tower-based damage, I think, or attack rates at night. No, they'll do damage for sure, I think. Arguably could put HP. Having that on the Squire is nice. The Squire is not really used. I don't think it matters much. The Squire is not really used, from my understanding, at endgame. But you know what? I like the Squire. He's really nostalgic to me. My favorite character by far. And we gained 7 billion mana, around 6 to 7 billion mana by doing that map, going from 41 billion mana all the way up to 48 billion. That is pretty satisfying. And a massive chapter checked off the list. Look at this. You can see the best score, how much XP gained per map. We can actually go through each one, like 20. That's actually kind of crazy that we gained that much on. Why was Deeper Well so much? That's interesting. Founders and Forges, 8.7. Magus Quarters, 4.7. I guess some might be mixed mode, some might be not mixed mode. That might be the difference. 10 million from Alk. 50... What are these numbers? These numbers are so weird to me. They're so, like, different. Huh. Well, now they're getting thrown off from survival, to be fair, but 20 million there, 25 million there, 27 million. It's been a good road, and we only have 2 more maps left. That's actually surreal to me. 2 more maps left until Transcendent Survivalist has been achieved. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Like the video if you enjoyed it, dislike if you didn't, and subscribe for Dungeon Defenders content every 3 days at the moment. I'll see you guys later. Peace, Reno. Yo, thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video, and a huge shout out to everybody listed here who goes above and beyond, supports the Patreon, and allows me to focus more on Dungeon Defenders content. Thanks again. Have a great day.